Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog with me, Daniel Parkin, as part of the British Fist. And tonight, of course, it's a Monday night. So what does that mean? Not only does it mean that I finished my coursework and my dissertation, I'm a fucking happy guy at the moment, but it also means I'm going to be coming at you with my Raw review tonight, because I watched Raw and I gotta review this shit. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, like the video, comment your thoughts on the show down below, and all I'm going to say now is, in the go home show before Over the Limit, I'm hoping that Raw does its job in hyping this damn pay-per-view, because let's face it, after last week and Rock's birthday, we ain't got any fucking hype for this pay-per-view yet, and we need some desperately, and we need some matches announced. So, time for the review. So we open up the show with our WWE Champion John Cena. You think he'd probably open the show before? This is the first time he's opened the show since his arrival, because of the Rock's birthday and all that other shit. But he's immediately interrupted by A-Rai. Fantastic, we get a bit of A-Rai mic time, woohoo! And he actually does talk very well on the mic, Alex Riley, as we all know. He actually pretty much owned John Cena in what he said. He's a great talker on the mic, Alex Riley, as you all know. He shows footage of Miz beating on Cena pre-WrestleMania when he attacked him before, to show people what Miz can do in such a match such as I Quit, of course. And also, does it me, or does it seem like Cole is back on the Miz bandwagon again? I don't know. Maybe it was just me. They jabber on a little bit about the match Over the Limit between Miz and John Cena. I believe Miz was out there as well. Then the Raw GM chimes in. And Cole reads it from his iPad, because, you know, he's one of these many people that can afford an iPad. And he says that due to the fact that John Cena got to choose a stipulation at Over the Limit, which is an I Quit match, as we all know, Miz can name the opponent and the match type for John Cena tonight. So, you know, this, I don't know it's about me, but this promo just never really seemed to pick up. I mean, I understand they're trying to set up the main event for tonight, but, like, it's just, there was nothing between the two. It just didn't really hype up a pay-per-view. It didn't really hype up the fact that there'd be some sort of rivalry. There's a rivalry between the two. I don't know. I'd rather have seen a typical sort of 15-minute opening segment, but that's just me. As for the setup of the main event, yeah, it's good that it's a little bit unpredictable, but I'd rather see a Shaw match. I guess we saw loads of vignettes during the night of Miz talking to random wrestlers with regards, you know, I guess the opponent and the match type. I don't know. It was okay, but nothing special. I think they could have done better with that opening promo. But, you know, the fact that Cena come out kind of ruined it for me. So we then get a match immediately following our opening segment between Kofi Kingston and CM Punk, who comes out with the newly formed Nexus, well, new Nexus, whatever you want to fucking call them. There's only 4 of them now. This just reeked of, we have nothing to do for Punk because we have too many heels on Raw. In my opinion, like, you know, there was no match here. You know, there was no point in CM Punk facing Kofi other than the fact that he was going to squash him. If you're going to have Kofi out there or CM Punk out there, why can't you just have him Why can't you just have him face a jobber? Really, rather than burying a US champion with a match in CM Punk, which you just never would foresee at all. I mean, when I saw Kofi come out, I never expected to see CM Punk to be the opponent. But anyway, Punk obviously predictably wins with the GCS. The match didn't really have enough time to pick up. I thought between Kofi and CM Punk, I expect a good wrestling match, so it never really had enough time to pick up, in my opinion. And Punk, like I said, wins with the GCS, and then he kind of does this speech where he says Nexus will once again be a dominant force, and we all know how. The thing is though, CM Punk, you know, you kind of, it's up to the creative team to see whether they can actually book you well enough. And to be honest, in future we have, since CM Punk's been you know, leading Nexus, they booked them to be a fucking second-rate faction, so why would I believe they're going to be a dominant force again? That's just me. And, you know, the thing is, if I think there's going to be a feud between Kofi Kingston and CM Punk, I'm thinking to myself, you know, do they really not have that much for Punk to do? It's going to be such a step down for him if this happens, but as it was later in the night, that wasn't the case. We then get news there's going to be a Cole and Lawler contract signing. Please let this fucking feud end. And then we get a reminder of why SmackDown has had its lowest ratings of the year, in the fact that Randy Orton, I am boring, is the fucking World Heavyweight Champion. Oh no, yes, one more thing. We couldn't go the whole night without having one of these. It's the Who Gives a Fuck match! Alright, so in this match we have Kelly versus Brie Bella, who's supposedly supposed to be our Divas champion and the top heel, the top diva. She really isn't. She sucks. Who the fuck cares about this match? It lasted something like 3 minutes. You know, Kelly won with a move. It really didn't matter. It was such a shit match. You know, what's the point in sticking this on the card? I mean, the only reason they're putting these on now is because they want Karma to come out and beat on some divas afterwards. You know, after the Kelly wins, the Bellas beat on Kelly. I still don't buy them as heels, you know, or credible divas for that fucking matter. And the one reason why this match was done occurs next, because out comes Karma, and Karma, for some reason, the Bellas attack Karma. After Bellas, don't attack people that are 10 times fucking bigger than you. You know, why would you attack the Bellas? Why would you attack Karma? I don't get it. And of course Karma kicks, I think it's Brie Bella's ass. And I'm thinking to myself, thank you Karma, you finally killed those divas that I fucking hate. Thank you. And then she turns her attention to Kelly. And seems to eye her up. And then, you know, she just flicks Kelly. Don't know what's going on there, but there's obviously some love between the two. What's that coming over the hill? Is it? No, I can't see him. It's it was a Rey Mysterio promo. That's right. Yeah, we had a Rey Mysterio promo. He starts talking about R-Truth and what happened with him last week. He came into the ring after Raw and beat on him. And he calls R-Truth to the ring to say, because he settles things like a man, even though he looks like a fucking 10-year-old boy. But for some reason instead, after the break, which may I remind you, we had too many of, and I'm fed up of seeing Arby's and Burger King adverts, and adverts for things I don't want to buy. And afterwards, we get Del Rio come out. And again, this reeks of, we don't have anything to do because Del Rio at the moment isn't in a feud because we have too many heels on Raw and we can't get him on, and we need somehow to get him on TV. You know, it just seemed like another way of getting Del Rio on TV. Why can't we just have R-Truth come out? But, you know, Del Rio comes out dressed in his wrestling gear, so we know he's going to have a match with Rey Mysterio, and Del Rio cuts some sort of promo, and Rey says, you know, oh yeah, well let's do this now, I'd have no problem shutting you up. So, you know, it's an impromptu match, even though they're in their wrestling gear. Very, very impromptu. You know, this is a match we've seen before. You know, we didn't want to see this match. We don't want to see any communication between them two now we've seen their feud. You know, again, it goes back to this. Wasn't the draft supposed to make new matches and new rivalries? We saw this match on SmackDown when Del Rio first came into WWE, and it's a match which I really didn't care about too much. It wasn't, you know, they can put on a good match, don't get me wrong, it's just, I don't care about it, it just, you know, but we did have one good bit when R-Truth's in the stands going, we have a thief, he stole my spot, that ain't right y'all, call the cops, call the police, like some, you know, the black conspiracy theory going on, which I think is doing well for his character. You know, as a heel, I think that's very good for, you know, his character, and hopefully he can develop into a very good heel. And at the moment, he's kind of going to that stage of being a very good heel, in my opinion. You know, but what I was thinking at the time is, what was the point in that? What was the the fucking point in doing that when you were going to have him come out at the end of the match and attack Rey anyway? You know, what the hell was the point in doing all that? You know, after the match. The match ended in a disqualification, which is good because it means neither of them get buried, which is a problem which WWE encounter a lot these days. They bury superstars they don't need to bury by having them face in unnecessary matches. R-Truth attacks Rey Mysterio from behind after the match. You know, you see all the crowd members going, hey, he's behind you. But this ain't pantomime WWE, or maybe it is. They have soap opera fucking writers. And R-Truth attacks him and announces a match, I believe, between them two out over the limit. So at least we got another match added to the card. We have the filler feud between Rey Mysterio and R-Truth, leading up to a potential R-Truth John Morrison feud when he gets back from an injury, probably at SummerSlam. So overall, I think this did its job. There were parts of it, you know, I could nitpick it all day, but overall, this match and promo did its job. We then get the inevitable Cole and Lawler contract signing. Now, in my experiences of life, this is a contract and this is a pen, and that's how you sign a contract. And then you kind of just, like, you know, walk off like this. But no, in WWE, they not only have to sign the fucking contract, but they also have to drag it out. Sometimes this is good, sometimes this is bad. But in the case of this one, in which I want the feud to just fucking end already, hopefully over the limit, I didn't like it too much. Michael Cole says, "Oh, Jerry Lawler, you didn't read the fine print. You know, it's gonna be a kiss my foot match. Are you serious? A kiss my foot match? Oh. Please let this rivalry end, because it's matches like these that are really pissing me off. And I don't even know why these matches are getting on a card when you could put other wrestlers in there, like, say, Dolph Ziggler, you know, Daniel Bryan, you know, Sheamus, Mark Henry. Other wrestlers like that deserve a place on a card, and you're putting this in there instead. You know, what is the problem? As for the promo, you know, Cole says, no one remembers Swagger as the World Heavyweight Champion. No, the people remember him as my sidekick. He was a nobody before I you know, put him into my sidekick. And of course Jack Swagger didn't like that, and he just got up and left. Thank you very much, Jack Swagger. It might not be a face turn, but it's probably the best thing you could have fucking done in that whole segment. Just get the fuck out of there. You're just like the WWE fans, you know when to get out of a fucking feud. So that was fucking funny. And now he says to Cole, "Good luck on Sunday," and I'm just like, I love Jack Swagger, man. This guy is a legend. But anyway, so hopefully this match will be the final match between the two, and hopefully in this feud. And then immediately after Swagger leaves, Cole changes his tune. He's like, "I'm sorry, Jerry. You know, I respect you." When the week before he's making fun of his fucking dead mother. But anyway, again, the segment, although it was dragged a little bit, it did its job, and hopefully it can be the end of this damn feud. Do you know, I don't know if it was me, but it was really funny seeing Cole pissed off, especially when he's trying to apologise to Lawler, and now Lawler's looking like the heel telling him to shut up. Just me there. After all this time that Michael Cole's been pissing us off as fans, pissing people off, or right front and centre, it's finally good to see his face now that he's been put down to earth, and, you know, put down as well, but there we go. We then have a Kane and Big Show versus a Tunga and McGillicuddy match. Before this match started, or during it, I can't remember, we see that it's going to be Kane and Big Show versus Mason Ryan and CM Punk over the limit. Oh, fucking hell, an announced match. And, you know, it just reeks again of, you know, we don't... CM Punk is a potential main event guy, but because we don't have anything to do, because we have too many heels on Raw, we're going to have to put him in the tag team division. But I will say this, at least it means that WWE have got, you know, a good tag team match there, and I believe it's for the tag team titles, so this will do none other than good for the tag team titles until Mason Ryan inevitably turns on CM Punk at a later date to establish himself as a singles wrestler. So in terms of tag team wrestling, which a lot of people have been moaning about, let's face it, this could be a very good match. The match we got tonight was Kane and Big Show versus the Tunga and McGillicuddy, the predictable, you know, before pay-per-view, you know, faction versus tag team thing. And I was thinking at the match, Nexus have not got a chance. In the way they've been booked recently, they are never gonna fucking win. Yeah, Nexus won. So yeah, Nexus won the match. So they kind of it was actually quite strong booking as well. I mean, you have, you know, CM Punk interfering in the match, McGillicuddy finishing the match with a neck breaker on Kane. You know, and it wasn't a bad match. It established the feud going into the pay-per-view. And although it means that it might be a slight step down for Punk and Mason Ryan, it could build Mason Ryan up, and it could get tagged, and it could sort of help the tag team wrestling a little bit in the WWE at the moment, even if it's at the expense of a main event guy and a potential main event guy. So yeah, it was a decent match, and I'm kind of not looking forward to this match a lot, but, you know, at least it did something to make me want to watch the match a little bit, because they're booking Nexus a little bit stronger now, which is how they should be booked as a faction, to be dominant, you know, dominant in numbers like they used to be. It's just they've been booked shit lately. Not now. Hopefully, this will all change, especially with CM Punk's announcement before of, we're gonna be dominant again. And now we get to the moment you've all been waiting for. Nope, it's not the main event. It's the 5 seconds of Cena and Zack Ryder time we got, where Zack Ryder was giving John Cena a shirt. In fact, John Cena, I respect you a hell of a lot for trying to help this guy out, because we all know this guy deserves a push. And now it's time for, not the main event, you know, the other main event that we had tonight, other than the Zack Ryder appearance. We have Miz coming out announcing that it's going to be a no-holds-barred match. And I'm thinking, yeah, this could work, you know, give him a good opponent. And then Jack Swagger attacks Cena out of nowhere, and I'm thinking, oh my god. I knew Jack Swagger didn't have a match, but come on, give me a more viable opponent that I could believe could do some damage to John Cena. The way he's been booked lately, you would not believe he could actually do anything. and predictably, as we all knew and well, Cena wins. Had some decent action in between. I felt this could have gone on a bit longer. There was too much promo time at the end. I'd like to see this match go on for a little bit longer. But overall, it wasn't a bad match. There was a couple of weapons involved as well. You know, Jack Swagger, I didn't like Jack Swagger being the opponent, but I guess it is kind of a way of elevating him slightly. You're having him face a guy like John Cena, even though he loses. You know, and after the match, we had John Cena winning predictably with the AA and the STF, and then Miz comes, gets on the mic afterwards and has to do, because of the amount of time the match lasted, he had to do a lot of mic filler work time, and he explained ways in which he could make John Cena quit. It just dragged and dragged and dragged. You could tell because the match should have definitely have gone on longer. You know, and then Miz tells Alex Riley to get the pipe. Miz gets the pipe, goes onto the ring and says to Cena, you know, I won't be using this at Over the Limit, but I have no problem using it now. And he uses the pipe on Cena. And if it ended there, I think a lot of WWE fans would be happy. But no. Mr. I Never Quit, hustle, loyal to respect, predictably overcomes a fucking pipe shot which would have knocked any other wrestler out, and predictably clears the ring at the end, leaving Cena to stand tall. We all know he's going to win it Over the Limit, so what's the point in even bothering to hype it up? We know John Cena's going to win. What's the point? But you know, although I didn't like the match too much, you know, again, I guess it does its job to hype the pay-per-view, which, for let's face it, we've had little hype for. So yeah, it's time to do my overall thoughts for the show. In terms of a go-home show, you know, a go-home Raw to Over the Limit, I think this did a pretty good job. We actually had some decent hype for the pay-per-view. We had some matches announced before time rather than, say, the night before. We had a tag team match announced, which is always good to see. You know, and there was it featured a lot of their prominent wrestlers, and even though some of the matches and some of the promos weren't great, it still did its job to hype the pay-per-view, which is, let's face it, is the job of this Raw. So I would give this Raw a C, maybe even a B if I was going to push it. I think the main event was although it was unpredictable, and you know you were wanting to see it all through the night, it was a little bit underwhelming when Jack Swagger came out. The Cole and Lawler segment, although I didn't like the segment, I think it signs that the Cole and Lawler feud is finally going to fucking end. And of course we had a shit Divas match as usual, but at least it provides some entertainment for you guys out there in my who gives a fuck moment. What else did we have? Yep, that's really it. So overall, I give this Raw a C. It was nothing special, but if I was gonna be nice about it and talk, you know, I'd give it a B at some point. You know, it's made me want to watch the pay-per-view a little bit more, which is, I guess, its job. So overall, I'd say this Raw achieved what it set out to achieve, even though it wasn't the best of Raws. But what do you expect from Raw nowadays? Raw just has what, 1-2 possible storylines, and the rest of it is just filler shit that has not really been booked that well anyway. So yeah. You've heard my opinions on Raw and on the matches and the storylines, etc. But I want to hear your opinions. Make sure you get your opinions in that comment section below. Make some comments, or even video response to me. Of course, I'm British Fist are very open to video responses. We usually accept them. So get your video responses and comments in, please. Also remember to subscribe above if you want to see more videos from me, and give this video the old thumbs up if you like it, the old thumbs down if you don't like it. I don't mind either way. I'm open to constructive criticism. Anyway, that has been it from me, Daniel Parkin from the British Fist. Thank you very much for watching the video, and goodbye.